Hey guys, Tammy Washington Distancion here. Welcome back to a brand new video. If you're on this page, it's probably because you're either an expat, you're an entrepreneur, or you're wanting to learn how to make money in the market so that you can actually grow your accounts. If you're here for any of those reasons, please like, subscribe, and share this content with somebody else. Now, those of you guys who don't know, I have an amazing investment team, guys, and what we do is we help people to learn how to grow their money in the markets. We also help people with entrepreneurship if you want to have your own business, okay? And so that's how I was able to completely replace my corporate income, move to an island, and have the life that I have now. And so what I wanted to do is I actually wanted to give you guys kind of a sneak peek. We actually had an amazing educator from our platform to come on and speak to our team. And so I wanted to kind of give you guys just a little bit of little sauce just to see what the team is learning and everything, and just also because I get a lot of questions about, so what is it like to be on your team, like what kind of things are you guys learning. And so here's just a quick sneak peek. And definitely, if you want more information about what we're talking about, please send me a quick message. I'll be happy to help, happy to share information, and definitely very, very happy to let you know how you can get started. Talk to you soon.
So when we're looking at these levels here, this is beautiful, but why is it going to take so long for Bitcoin to reach, that fruition of 200, or I'm sorry, 21 million, right? Well, Bitcoin has a mechanism that's already coded into it called the halvening, right? Now, this happens once every 4 years for Bitcoin. All right. In the very beginning, when Bitcoin, way back, when Bitcoin was just a little baby coin, all right, way back here, back in 2009, 2010, there was actually a moment in 2010 where Bitcoin dropped down and hit a penny. I know some of y'all like, listen, I love showing that because I just want to see everybody's facial expressions, all a little like, where was my antennas in 2010? Right? Somebody like, I was messing around with old Herschel. Nobody think about no Herschel, right? They don't even make Herschels no more. Anyway, so knowing that this is what happened in 2010, follow the breadcrumbs I'm gonna lay out for you guys real quick. Back in 2010, every 10 minutes, there were 50 Bitcoin being shared amongst the network, right? Every 10 minutes, 50 Bitcoin landed inside of the Bitcoin blockchain, and it was shared amongst all the miners, right? I feel like I'm doing story time. Gather around, children, gather around, right? There were 50 Bitcoin being shared amongst all the miners every 10 minutes. Not a lot of people knew about Bitcoin back in the day. So those Bitcoin that are moving around were getting loaded up into a lot of wallets. Think about mining Bitcoin in 2010, right? And you were getting maybe 60 Bitcoin a day, 30 Bitcoin a day. I know I'm making y'all madder and madder as I talk, right? It's all good. I feel like stepbrothers. Better yet, we got it when we're 40. All right. So just know this is how most of the Bitcoin that came into existence flooded the market early on, but now something called the halvening kicked in, right? Notice that the movement Bitcoin made had a big run up, and then we had this drop off, this consolidation, right? I got to zoom in a little bit because, some of y'all a little older like me, a little long in the tooth now. You can't see like we used to. Some of y'all got your eyelashes already on the monitor, right? I see you, Lady Queen. You leaned in a little bit like me. All right. So we got the drop off, the consolidation, the growth, and then the accumulation. And then this yellow line represents the halving. When this happens, that 50 Bitcoin that's being shared amongst the network gets cut in half to 25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. This is really, really powerful because now we run into something called supply shock. If there's any demand for Bitcoin and there's just any demand for it, the supply just got cut in half. So it's not going to be immediate, but it takes time after that happening. Supply shock kicks in and the price shoots higher, right? Simple, simple commerce, Jody. Supply and demand. All right. We understand the rules. My baby boy fans don't know what I'm talking about, right? Commerce, Jody. So when we think about the movement that Bitcoin made after the halvening, what did we see? The cycle repeated itself, right? We had drop off, consolidation, growth, right? Then we had accumulation, and then the halvening again. And we went from 25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes to 12.5 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. And now guess what happens? Supply shock hits again. Bitcoin goes crazy to the upside. We've never had an asset that has a deflationary mechanism coded into it like Bitcoin. No fiat currency, no stock, no real estate. This is the only thing on the planet that has this kind of mechanism plugged into it. And guys, they don't want you looking at this. We've been so programmed to think that finance has to have this inflationary mechanism with the US dollar and fiat currencies all around the world. When Bitcoin showed up on the scene, they did everything in their power to keep you from looking at this bad boy. Okay? Right? And listen, cat's out the bag, right? When 2017 hit, the beehive got kicked and the swarm was on the way. All right? Now that we see what's going on here, notice what happened again. The big run up, all the way up to almost 20K, and we repeated the same cycle. The drop off, the consolidation, the growth, the accumulation, and then we had the halvening, and then boom, we're here now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I told all you guys on Go Live, Christmas is canceled this year. Santa had a pre-existing condition. He didn't make it through COVID. Okay? Just tell the kids that it'll be all right. They'll understand. Because we only get these bull runs once every 4 years. This the year Santa ain't showing up. This going into the portfolio, baby girl. All right? we can do something after the new year, but not this time. Listen, maybe next Christmas and Christmas after that. Every 4 years, Christmas gets canceled now. It's part of the routine. Listen, every black household, Christmas is canceled every 4 years. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. It's a new rule. We putting it in play now. All right? I told everybody, if somebody come down my chimney, they ain't making it back out the house. All right? So with that being said, understand, family, that these are things that I want you guys to be excited about, because when we have an opportunity to take advantage of these bull runs, this isn't going to happen next Christmas. This kind of movement isn't going to repeat itself next summer for you. Okay? We're not going to get, like, listen, when this happened in 2017, everybody thought it was going to happen in 2018. This is all of 2018, family. This whole red box was 2018. Mind you, this is when I became an educator. With nobody trying to come to that class and hear about Bitcoin. It was like, bro, this thing getting lower and lower every day. You want me to come in and do what now? Exactly, right? Mind you, I was teaching people about taking sales in here, and we made money the whole way down. Like, literally, we made money on this area for a sale, that area for a sale, that area. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down to the downside, right? I'm a Sesame Street kid. Y'all know I had to do it. So we had all of these setups going to the downside. I'm going to reiterate on this a little bit later in the call, because we're going to be able to take these same kind of setups during the next bear market. This is one of the reasons why me and Mike created AltFi for you guys, because this was good eating all the way down. As Shaq says, this is barbecue chicken all the way down, family. Imagine what your portfolio looks like when you've been accumulating the whole way down, accumulating throughout the consolidation, getting a big gain during this movement, and then accumulating during the next little accumulation phase. And then the halvening happens, and you've been gathering all your funds, getting ready for this kind of movement again in the next 4 years. We're literally going to brainwash you guys to be profitable in crypto for this next bear market. When it drops, we're going to be in accumulation mode for the next 3 years, family. And then when 2024 hits, it is going to be release the Kraken. Okay? I want so many testimonies to flow out of IM that everybody on the sideline kicks themselves for not listening to you when you said y'all should come in and do this with me. Okay? I have a fire in my spirit right now to make sure every last one of you guys, when y'all go back and talk to all them people that told you no, they feel like pure idiots for looking you in your intelligent face and saying, no, I'd rather go to work for Mr. Charlie. All right. I want you to come back and with your Maserati and your mink coat on, looking like Huggy Bear, in your wine glass, hanging out the window of your Maserati, like, I no longer work for anyone. Right? I want that for you so bad. All right. But it requires that you're just coachable and teachable. Right. So I digress, but I wanted to show you guys what the cycles look like. Right. I want to give you guys a good blueprint of what we're seeing, how Bitcoin doesn't like to repeat itself, but it definitely rhymes. And we can take full advantage of it, because the only thing I know about in war, the most powerful weapon I've learned in any war that I've ever seen throughout human history is information. Information changes the landscape of any battle. Information changes the landscape in any situation. So I've realized that as long as we're plugged into the proper information, there is no door we can't kick open. There is no financial, area that we can't dominate in. It just requires you're willing to be coachable and teachable. And you got to listen, just for anybody who's new here, your new life is going to cost you your old one. Okay. You can't go through these, because I'm about to open some real different mental doors for y'all in the next few minutes. These next few minutes is about to be like, oh snap, I didn't think he was going to go there with it. But yes, we're going to see some things that you guys are going to be able to take full advantage of. You can't do this thing about buying rims in the summertime. You can't do this thing about wanting to take a hot girl summer in the summertime. You can't do this and be thinking about, going out on the weekends and partying. Like, as Eric Thomas says, no, we're not doing that no more. Right? Not right now. I'm busy. I got things planned right now. Like, listen, I see people like Tammy Washington, who's decided to really commit to what she's doing. Sis going to be a chairman in the next few months. I don't think y'all know that or not. She about to hit chairman in the next few months. Right? Like, that's already done for her. All right. But it's you see, like, she's on the call with us. She's on another call on her phone right now, texting people. Like, I see her working. I'm telling you right now, I know how my sis move. Like, she ain't even got to say it. What's understood ain't got to be explained. But this is what I want you guys to understand. This environment that you guys have created, this culture that you guys are a part of. As Coach says, if you treat it like a business, it'll pay you like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. Last time I checked, hobbies cost money, right? Some of y'all paying y'all subscription and y'all not able to beat the price of your subscription with the money you're making in your trading right now, because you're not taking it serious yet. You're still playing with it. You still in here 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? You're doing the hokey pokey right now. As Coach said, you're sitting on the fence. You're in the company and you're still sitting on the fence. And one thing I learned about sitting on the fence, it hurts in the long run. You can straddle it. You can try to get comfortable on it. It ain't meant to be sat on. It's not meant for a resting place. You have to make a decision to either go all in or don't do it. And here's the thing. If you don't do it, you go back to what you already knew. You might be comfortable with that. But if you go all in on this, you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, this could be the thing that changes your last name for the rest of your generations to come. This is the thing that puts your face over the fireplace. All right. This is the thing that when you double back, there's a trust in your last name that nobody can do nothing with, because your family has generational wealth just multiplying. Now, how are we going to multiply this wealth, family? One thing that I love to talk about is the fact that Bitcoin is scarce, right? It has a beautiful mechanism with the deflationary system of limiting the supply every 4 years. But here's the kicker of it. There's other products in the market like Ethereum, and I'll be very remiss to not bring this stuff right now. Notice something with Ethereum. Does it have a max supply, family? Nope. That 8 fell over and went to sleep. That's an infinity sign right there. Okay. Does it have a total supply? Nope. So when people see this, they think that, oh, Ethereum is just like the US dollar. They can print this thing until it goes off into existence. No big deal. This thing's going to just run on into infinity and beyond. Or Ethereum has something attached to it that's very unique, and it allows us to come in and take full advantage of what ETH really is, right? It's a deflationary mechanism called EIP 1559. Every time a transaction is done on the Ethereum blockchain, they burn a small amount of Ethereum off the network. Now, here's the thing. They're still creating Ethereum, but I'm going to ask you guys this question. What blockchain has more use case than Ethereum? I'll wait. Yeah, when you really think about it, right? Because I'm going to make you think today. I'm going to learn you today. All right. What blockchain has more use case than ETH? None, right? We can mint NFTs on Ethereum. We can use DeFi on Ethereum. We can stake our Ethereum. We can actually use decentralized exchanges on Ethereum, right? If it wasn't for Ethereum, we wouldn't have any of the things I just named. None of that stuff came from Bitcoin. None of that stuff came from XRP. None of that stuff came from Cardano or Polkadot or Solana. None of that. They're all playing catch up to Ethereum, right? Now, here's the thing. Every time a transaction is done on NFTs, every time a transaction is done on a decentralized exchange, every time a transaction is done with actually staking coins, every time a transaction is done on DeFi, right? They're burning ETH off the network. Let me show you something real quick. All right. This website right here is TX Street. All right, let's refresh. TX Street is a really cool website because it allows you to get a visual representation of what's going on the blockchain, right? So everything on the left-hand side here represents Ethereum's blockchain. Everything on the right-hand side here represents Bitcoin's blockchain. Now, this little road here is showing a bus, these little buses here. These buses represent blocks being filled up with transactions and being added to the blockchain forever to be used on the ledger, seen, and recorded, right? So everything here represents Ethereum's blockchain, new blocks being added to the blockchain. Everything on the right side represents Bitcoin's blockchain. And these little characters you see, these little South Park characters wearing Christmas hats, each one of these characters represent transactions. Okay? Think about it this way. Whenever a character gets onto a bus, this is showing a little bit of ETH being burned off the network over and over and over again. Now, pay attention. These are all pending transactions for ETH network. I'm still scrolling. I'm still scrolling. I'm still scrolling. I'm literally still scrolling here. Yeah, still scrolling. Just reached the end. So, guys, this is all a bunch of Ethereum waiting to be burned off the network. There was actually a point a few weeks ago where we were burning more ETH than we were actually creating. Now I'm gonna ask you guys this. Do you think Ethereum's done being innovative? Do you think they're done creating new ways of utilizing Ethereum? There's gonna be new and exciting ways to use ETH on ETH's network. They're gonna be burning ETH faster than they're creating it, family. Are you picking up on what I'm sitting down here? This is one of the first times in human history that we could actually see a deflationary mechanism create multi-millionaires, billionaires, maybe even trillionaires. Okay. And all this requires is that you're just being coachable and teachable and you're allowing yourself to learn, right? Now, don't get me wrong. ETH is still evolving. They haven't fully rolled out ETH 2.0. I know the fees, which are kind of low today, so we ain't going to complain, right? The fees have been absolutely wild on the network, but this will get solved over time. Once these fees are solved, this network is going to continue to grow and thrive. Now, look at this. We have Bitcoin dominance here at the top. We have ETH dominance here at the top. This ETH dominance is getting closer and closer to this Bitcoin dominance, family. We may actually run into a scenario where ETH could actually outpace Bitcoin and take the #1 spot as the top coin in the world. Are you understanding what I'm saying here? Almost every metaverse is being built on what network? Come on, family. Yeah. Now we got the head. Now we turned into bobbleheads. We on the same page now. Okay. So let's work with that. If we know that most of the metaverses are being built on top of Ethereum's network, do you guys think the metaverse is going to go away anytime soon? So exactly, right? Now that we all on the same page with that, the metaverse hasn't even gotten to a point where it's been fully fleshed out yet. We're excited about something that hasn't even really come into its full form yet. When it finally hits its stride and we see transactions being done on each network through the metaverse, that's a completely new way to use Ethereum. They're going to be burning Ethereum at an outrageous pace. We're going to actually outpace the amount of ETH being created with the amount that's being burned. This thing's going to get broken. This thing's going to stay in the red zone for a long time, right? This is gauging like the amount right now, but you can see we're burning a rate of around 5 ETH like every minute in the last 24 hours, guys. Like this is crazy amounts of Ethereum being burned off the network. And it just shows all the transactions and a certain amount of ETH leaving the network, right? 0.4 ETH, 2 ETH being burned, right? 1 ETH being burned. Like, guys, this is nonstop over and over and over leaving the network. We can actually outpace the amount of ETH being created with the amount leaving. This is brand new for any blockchain to see. This could be the thing that takes Ethereum to the stratosphere. And this is why when you go to the blockchain or you go to CoinGecko and you see that this has no max supply, no total supply, because it's constantly in flux. They can't put a max number on something that's constantly fluctuating and changing and burning and being created and burning and being created. So there's no point of having this here because this has it's almost like a living mechanism now. It's being created, it's being destroyed. It's being created, it's being destroyed, right? It has that renewal cycle attached to it. This doesn't make sense anymore for Ethereum. It's one of the biggest projects, going to continue to grow. I tell people all the time, ETH could be $20,000 in the next 4 or 5 years, right? Easily. But it requires you just understanding that the use case for this is unmatched. Every other blockchain is trying to mimic what Ethereum has, okay? Now, Ethereum falls underneath the transactional coin, the functional coin status, right? Bitcoin falls in transactional because it just does transactions, peer-to-peer, right? Person to person, network to network, right? Or wallet to wallet. But when we think about Ethereum, it does the same thing, but it has that underlying functions with smart contracts, right? Ethereum is the grandfather of smart contracts. A real cool thing about CoinGecko is if you go to coins and you hover over categories here, when you click categories, the first thing says smart contract platforms. It shows you all the different coins that have smart contracts attached to it. So you got Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, Polygon, right? Algorand, Chainlink, Tron, Stellar, VeChain. All of these allow smart contracts to be built on their networks, meaning they can have DeFi, they can have decentralized exchanges, they can have NFTs, they can have staking, they can do all these different things with this network. Fun fact, Bitcoin will soon have smart contracts, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. Ooh. Imagine being able to go ahead and build a metaverse on Bitcoin's network. Ooh. Imagine being able to go ahead and put some NFTs on Bitcoin's blockchain. Ooh. Say now, right? There's something called Taproot that just got created for Bitcoin. You can write that down too, so you can sound smart out when everybody gets together for the next holiday. Like, y'all ain't never heard of Taproot? Let me learn y'all real quick. Go ahead and flex on everybody at the table, right? So Taproot is going to allow Bitcoin to create smart contracts for you guys. So it's going to be really, really cool to see metaverses and NFTs and DeFi, because when DeFi lands on Bitcoin's network, it's over. It's over, right? Like there's no stopping what blockchain technology is now going to put into play, family. All this requires is that you just be coachable and teachable and allow this information to take you to the next level, right? Now, as I look around all the people we have from the chat, because we done max this bad boy out, I'm going to ask in the chat, is it okay if I go a little hard in the paint? Because we like halfway through right now. Because y'all know I can go into security and talk about the wallets and stuff like that and keep it, simplistic for the new fam. Or I can go into some real heat and have some fun. All right, because I know we can listen, everybody go watch favorite videos. We got Kurt for a little while. Y'all can get all that stuff off them favorites videos. We taking full advantage of this man's brain while we got him. All right. So say go deep, bro. Okay, cool. Go hard. Yes, go hard. All right, for sure. Y'all know I love going hard to paint. All right. So these are the things that I get amped up about when I'm looking at the market right now. So we can go to coins. We go down to categories. All right. I love CoinGecko because it's just so unbiased. You can scroll down and notice it gives you all these different, categories with stable coins, right? Exchange-based tokens, decentralized finance, centralized finance, or centralized exchange tokens, right? And then we go into stuff like meme coins. Next, we go into stuff like metaverses, right? GameFi. And then we go here to play to earn. These two, metaverse and play to earn, I believe are going to be your saving graces during the bear market, family. And what do I mean when I say during the bear market? We know, all right, I'm going to go ahead and go to play to earn real quick. We know that when the market drops during these red times in the market, those big drops after the bull run, we got the bull run up, big sell off, bull run up, big sell off. We understand that in those times, everybody's, terrified. They're losing money. They're holding on to Bitcoin, hoping it's going to make a new high, and they're giving away a lot of their value. We aren't going to fall for that because we understand how to utilize stable coins. We understand how to get out of the market, get inside of those projects like USDC, DAI, those kind of coins, and we wait out the storm. But now that we have things like DeFi, we can actually earn with our stable coins. So while everything's dropping and going down into the dirt, we're sitting back saying, well, DeFi it is, and we're going to keep accumulating more and more coins using DeFi. And we're going to be taking trades with AltFi, right? Showing you guys how to get involved with some of these projects on the downside. So we'll be trading on, let me go ahead and show you guys some of the products we got on AltFi. So we'll be taking trades on DOT, Tezos, Cardano, Luna, Solana, and ETH BTC on our MT4. Think about what I just said to y'all. We're going to take sales on Polkadot, Tezos, Cardano, Luna, and Solana. So when the bear market sets in, the altcoins fall faster than Bitcoin. We get to make a gang of crypto all the way down, right? And then guess what happens? When all of this red part is done, we go into consolidation. We start looking for our bottoms, and we just start buying up at the bottom, getting ready for growth. And then we wait for another little accumulation phase. Happening hits, boom. You've been accumulating for 2 to 3 years, waiting for the happening. So right here, when all of this finally does set in and drop off, we're going to be accumulating the majority of 2022, 2023, and 2024. And then when this halving hits, we'll be ready to ride this bad boy to the upside, family. Listen, we have a whole plan for you guys' portfolio for the next 3 years. Are you understanding? This is not a day-to-day thing for me. This is not a week-to-week thing for me. This is big picture, long game, right? I'm trying to go out the park with this one. I ain't trying to get on base. I'm trying to run laps around this bad boy. So I need you guys to understand the testimonies that are going to come out of IM in the next 3 to 4 years for the people that have the stick-to-itiveness. As Coach said, you got a low IQ, you got a low I quit level, right? For the people that can come in here and then just be coachable, guys, 2024, your portfolio should be full almost, if not at not 6 figures, close to high 5 figure. And then from there, you guys saw what you did with a couple $100, right? Some of y'all touched almost 6 figures with a couple $100 this year, getting into crypto, right? Getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out. Some of you guys put in a few hundred and touched 10K, 20K, 30K, right? No income claims, of course, right? Hypothetical. But some of you guys now can double back and do the same thing again with much more capital. And then here's the thing, we'll have regulation by the end. Ooh, ain't nothing to be worried about when you got regulation, because now big money movers are saying, I want in right now. We'll have nations already getting involved. We'll have almost every business having an area where you can get paid out in crypto. I ain't gonna give y'all some of the, I ain't gonna spend all the beans and give y'all all the sauce, but just know next year, IM's gonna have some real cool options for y'all to get paid in, by the way. I'm gonna leave that right there for you. It's gonna be way more than just Bitcoin as an option to get paid in. I'm talking about, like, you maybe want to get some ETH. You can get paid out in ETH now. The rumor is. So I'm gonna leave that right there on the shelf for y'all. Like, imagine IM says, "I will pay you in ETH. Your weekly residual can come through in Ethereum." Give me my whole residual in ETH. I take it. I'm going right to the metaverse and flipping it. But I digress. So understand, guys, big deal, huge movements. But here's the deal. ETH has an issue, and we have problems when we talk about these different plays we have on each network, right? So I look at products in the bear market when things start to drop off. These projects like Axie, Decentraland, Sandbox, Gala, Wax, Illuvium, right? These are gaming tokens. These are metaverses being built out as we speak, okay? Gaming does not care about Bitcoin's price action. I'm gonna say that one more time for the folks in the back. How many of y'all got kids? Or, you know, raise your hand. I know we got the cameras on, right? How many of y'all done spent buku dollars on video games for the kids, or V-Bucks for Fortnite, or what is it? The money for, what is it? Minecraft or Roblox or whatever that, like, oh my gosh. Listen, my son that hit me up plenty of time and cash out that boy so much money, it ain't even funny. All right. So I understand how big gaming is, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I still game as well, right? But when you understand that this is going to get bigger and bigger because of blockchain technology, this is why it's very important for you guys to get ahead of the curve now, because we're not just investing in getting into the game and playing the game. We're investing in the game's ecosystem. These games are going to have marketplaces, buying skins, weapons, hats, jewelry, vehicles, all of that kind of stuff. And you being a holder of the land or the coin itself, those coins are going to have more demand for people playing the game. Imagine having a coin. Imagine if Call of Duty makes a coin for Call of Duty. Now, every time Call of Duty comes out, that coin's value goes crazy because people are buying DLCs, they're buying map packs, they're buying new weapons, they're buying new skins, they're buying new paints for the guns, they're getting new care package load, all of that stuff, right? Imagine playing 2K. Right? New shoes, new jerseys, new outfits, new tattoos, new animations, dances, crossovers, dunks, all of that costs coins, right? Because some of you guys play 2K every year. Y'all spend all that money on VC for my player. And next year, you got to do it all over again, every year. Imagine that being all NFT based, right? This is where we're headed with gaming. Don't none of that care about Bitcoin's price action. None of it, right? These games are going to run every year. And think about the holiday seasons. We can have a trading strategy that we just start leaning into gaming coins right around the holiday season, family. This is literally like how investors become multimillionaires and billionaires, because we lean into where the money's going to flow before it shows up there. That's all this is. Having a vision of where the marketplaces are going to start to build and thrive. This is why we love projects like these gaming tokens, because they're play to earn. This isn't just playing a game and you're having a good time. You actually earn value from playing the game. Axie Infinity, prime example. People in the Philippines made more money playing Axie Infinity than they did going to work every day. There's a story about a 15-year-old kid who bought 2 actual homes in the Philippines and rented them out because he made so much money playing Axie Infinity that he bought homes and then rented them out to sustain his income. So now his family doesn't have to work anymore because they own real estate. Something he could have never done if he went to work every day.
Yay!
Exactly, Tina.
Exactly.
So, I love it.
He's a
And listen, if that was the soundbite of the year, I love it. She was on it. I love it. I love it. It's like, exactly. So when we understand that, I mean, I couldn't have timed that even better, right? Listen, the universe is be knowing, right? The babies out of the mouths of babes, right? So when we understand that this is where we're headed, we utilize these kind of things, right? We get into a place where this is how everything's going to start to work for us in the future. Pay attention to where the money's going to be going. Now, I also have a hunch on where more money could be landing really soon. There are social media tokens being built, or just social tokens, right? So I'm not sure if there's a tab in here for social tokens, but I'll give you an idea of one of them, right? So it doesn't have any here, but it just has sports. So I'll give you that one, right? So some of the top social tokens that I've noticed right now are Chili's, and I believe there's another one called Rally, if it's in here for sports tokens. It's probably not. But yeah, Chili's is one of the top ones when it comes to social tokens, right? So these right now are going to get bigger and bigger because we know that these are going to start to really increase in demand. Because right now, this is like for, sporting and soccer and all this kind of stuff going on, or football overseas. I don't want to disrespect it. It's football. Sorry. I got in trouble for saying soccer one time. It was like, bro, it's football. It's like, sorry, I don't want no smoke. But yes, like these networks are going to start to build out, and we're going to start seeing much more people, much more communities gravitating to projects like Chili's and Rally, because they're going to start building out infrastructures inside of these kind of networks, right? But I think in the beginning, the gaming tokens are going to lead the wave. We're going to start seeing things actually decouple from the actual, movement of Bitcoin, right? There's also other projects inside of the metaverse right now that I want you guys to pay attention to. Okay. So we go down to metaverse. This project right here, Render, is something you guys should pay attention to. This coin right now is being it's one of the top projects that's helping Apple create their metaverse right now. Yeah. Apple's making a metaverse. And this guy right here, Jules, is actually one of the lead developers helping Apple create their metaverse. You think he's going to use this project in there or not? Yeah, he using his project in there for sure. And mind you, this guy's connected to some of the biggest money movers I've ever seen, right? Like J.J. Abrams, Transformers. Yeah, right? Brendan Etch, this guy here, Brave. This guy, Beeple, he's the top NFT earner in the world. He's made album covers for Beyonce, Kanye West, Jay-Z, all kind of people. Halo, he's done all that kind of stuff. Like the video game Halo, he's designed artwork for that video game. This guy is the who's who of digital art. When he started making NFTs, I think he made somewhere over like $600 million. I think he's in the billions now, right? So yeah, with him already teaming up with this guy, you think he's not going to utilize this guy inside of that Apple project? Of course they're going to have him do it, right? Like this is the who's who of people you want to look into having on a team where you're building stuff out. So yeah, guys, this guy's a big deal. Pay attention to this guy. And the project itself, Render, I believe, is just really one of those coins where a lot of people's they're not looking at it just yet, but it's already like headed towards the top 100. Keep an eye out for this one, family. I really want you guys to stay mindful of where this coin could go. All right. There's also another coin I want you guys to pay attention to. All right. This one here, Oasis Network, aka Rose. This one is actually really, really powerful as well, because this one's actually helping Facebook build out their metaverse. Oh, wait a minute. Say now, right? So Oasis, Oasis, go back to the website. There we go. These guys are going to be helping Facebook build out their network because they are all about privacy and making sure that people actually have private and scalable, networks. One thing I noticed about Facebook is how many of you guys go, we're going to do this. Type a 111 in the chat if you trust Facebook and let the crickets begin. See, so as we don't see a 111 in the chat, I believe it's one of the first times I've ever seen 100 people all agree on something. So we all know that we don't. That is so messed up. We don't trust Facebook, right? They know they got a bad rep when it comes to trust right now. So they need somebody to come in and help them develop more trust. They can't do it on their own. So this is why a project like Oasis does make a lot of sense, because they need somebody, they need a third party that's already built. This is Homer Simpson in the bush, basically, right? Like, not me, not my Facebook account, right? So some of y'all just got out of Facebook jail. I don't want to put y'all back. So we're going to say nice things about Facebook. They listen to everything. So we love you, Zuckerberg. So when we have projects like Oasis that are going to be helping Facebook out, this is something that I want you guys to pay attention to as well, because this project can see a lot of use case, a lot of growth as well. So be mindful of this going forward. These are things that I want you guys to be, really excited about, but still do the research, be excited about it. There's also one other coin that I want to talk about. I'll talk about this coin all the time, but I got to go over it again, right? Energy Web Token is a project that is going to be used in a lot of different ways. It's going to be all about helping people who have extra energy on their networks. They're going to actually allow you to sell those energy credits, right? So let's say you have solar panels on your home, or you have an excess of energy, right? This allows you to sell your excess energy back to the network and actually earn through Energy Web, right? This is massive, because think about people who live in other areas around the world, like Sub-Saharan Africa, where they can just install solar panels on their homes, earn Energy Web Token, and actually sell it back to the grid and make a living. This is what I want you guys to understand. Like, sometimes we look at stuff and we try to attach our lives to it and say it doesn't make sense for me, so it doesn't make sense at all. Think about other places around the world that could absolutely change their entire lives by simply using some of these things I'm naming, right? It's much bigger than you. Like I always tell people, you want to make $1 billion, solve $1 billion problem, poverty, right? So if we understand that some things like this can come along and change the lives of millions of people around the world, not just the city, but the world, Craig, this is why I get amped up about it, because I'm like, there's a lot of our cousins overseas that don't have the opportunities that we have. So when you see stuff like this that are showing up around the world, be excited about being some of the first movers into this, because yes, we have the advantage. We're able to come in, get involved with these networks, buy into the coin, hold on to them, and be that angel investor, that smart money that gets in at the ground level before these things take off. And then we start seeing the next 5, 10, 15 years. Have that thought process with these projects. Have that thought process with this market. Don't treat this like HFX, family. Okay? I'm not knocking HFX, but I'm saying don't treat this with that instant gratification mindset. This is all about the long game. I just told you guys, I'm playing this bad boy out for the next 3 to 4 years right now with you guys. I am literally going to teach you all the strategies that I've worked for myself and my team during the bear market, what we do during the reset right before the next halving happens, and then how we take off and we take advantage of all that movement before the market goes wild again. That's all this stuff is, guys, because you'll notice it doesn't just start growing right when the halving hits. We bottom out way before the halving takes place. We bottom out way before the halving takes place, right? We bottom out way before the halving takes place. So all this requires is that you just be attentive. So we may run to the upside, come down, bottom out, and then right around 2023, 2024, we getting ready for the ooh-wee moment. And now you guys have been sitting back here this whole time, accumulating, dollar cost averaging, DCA, putting a little in every Friday, a little in every Saturday, or whatever it may be for you. And now all of a sudden, we're trading to the downside, earning coins on our MT4, right? Now we're earning Bitcoin because we're going to fund our MT4s with Bitcoin, right? As we take trades, they got to pay us out in what? Bitcoin. So as we're taking sales in the market, we're earning Bitcoin as the market's getting lower. Are you understanding my mad scientist moments right now? Right? So as everybody's running for the hills, hide your kids, hide your wife. We in here, we doing the whole like, remember that scene in Lion King when he was like, let me out, let me out, let me in, let me in, right? We're coming in, taking all the funds out of the market. Everybody's trying to get out. We're accumulating all that BTC. And then right around the halving, guys, we're going to be putting money into different projects, different networks, different coins, different DeFi, different movements. And then we're going to see these kind of movements for our portfolios, these kind of movements for our portfolios, these kind of movements for our portfolios after 2 to 3 years of accumulation, right? And now you're not going to be looking at this thing feeling like you're gambling or feeling like you're doing something wrong. You're looking at this thing saying, you know what? I've been here. I've been waiting on this. I'm ready. Open the gate. let me at them, right? I've been sitting here this whole time. This is how investors move, right? Warren Buffett says, when others are being fearful, be what? Greedy. When this happened, do you think there was greed or fear in the market, family? Put it in the chat. What were the masses doing here? Come on. So when this comes back, we go into greed mode from our MT4 standpoint, right? It's just shifting gears, keeping the thought processes where it needs to be. And then now we're developing the right mental habits. We become more tactical in our investing. We become more strategic in our investing. IM is not about coming in, making a couple dollars real fast. This is the legacy room. We come in to change generations with this stuff now. I was joking one day and I was talking to one of my boys. I was like, IM is almost too big for the average mindset. Like people see this thing and think it's one of them get rich quick things. And I'm like, no, this is like come in and really, really buckle in for the info and then apply it. Because once you hear for like 2 years, 3 years, like that third year-ish, you look at it different, right? Because there's 2 different days in IM, right? There's the day you start and there's a day you stop playing. Say that one more time. It's the day you start, which is amazing because you're excited, and it's the day you stop playing. When you get for real with IM and you start really doubling down, going to the sessions, writing down, taking notes, going to all the conferences, planning this stuff out, getting your team excited, building a culture, getting involved, making schedules to get on these classes, take the trades, build the portfolios out, get your security right. You start realizing like, I could have been doing this today from day one. What was I doing? Why was I playing with this? And then you tell you, and there's some people who they stop playing and then they get uncomfortable and then they want to leave. And then when they leave, they realize, I got to go back to this job with this toxic environment, this toxic coworker, this horrible drive, this weird feeling I get every morning, this weird feeling I get every night. Because you've already seen what the other side of the mountain looks like. You've talked to people that's made it to the top of the mountain, but now you're around people that's cool with being in the valley every day, right? You cool with the valley dwellers when you go back to work. Because ain't nobody talking about elevation. They ain't got nothing but time for the toxic conversation. And they want you to be all in on it. You like, I can't do this no more. Right. And then they come back to IM. They're like, okay, let me get real. Because I've seen people leave and come back. And they take it real serious when they show back up. But this is why I get excited, because this is the things I love. This is the things I get amped about. Now, what are some of the things we're going to be looking at? I'm going to wrap it up with this. There are projects like Orca. Orca is a coin that exists. Now, don't buy this one. Don't buy this one. I'm just showing y'all something. This is an example. Y'all was writing it down like he said, Orca, get it now. All right? Y'all was quick. Coin. Like them birds on Finding Nemo. Mine. Right? So y'all be owning. I can't even play. So Orca is a project like Uniswap, right? Or something like a 1inch or a Pancake Swap, right? Where it allows you to come in and actually provide liquidity for the network, right? So when I have something like Orca, think about it, guys. I can come in with, let's say, $200 worth of Orca, and then I have $200 worth of USDC, right, which is a stable coin, right? That's around $400 total in value. I'm going to provide liquidity to this decentralized exchange. What does that mean? That means I'm putting 200 in Orca, 200 in USDC, $400 total into this digital exchange, and I'm saying, use my funds to keep this exchange liquid, right? So you can have my funds to move around for buyers and sellers that are participating, because this number of coins are going to fluctuate for both of these. But I'm providing liquidity. In turn, they're going to give me 66.1 APR on my money. I show people this and they say, Kurt, that looks real scammy. Why does it look scammy, family? Because the banks don't give out that kind of money. So I don't think it makes any sense for these guys to give up that kind of money. Now, my question has been and will always remain, have you ever thought to question how much money the banks actually make off of our money? We've been so programmed to not ask questions about what they do with our money and how much they make off of our money. Because every year they give an assault bay with interest after they hit you with an overdraft fee, a monthly charge for keeping your money in there, some kind of weird fee for some kind of checking and balance. It's just weird stuff. You get your bank statement, it's like $5 out, $8 out, $12 out. And then all of a sudden, you got an overdraft fee, $38. It's like, bro, like y'all the nickel and dime me to death, right? And if you go in for a loan, they tell you no anyway, right? So you think about how we've never been taught to question anything the banks do with our money, how they move around with our money. When I see something like this and I look about the APY from some of these projects, mind you, it gets gooder and gooder, right? Exactly, Tammy. Sheesh. Right? So
hey, Kurt, I so hate to do this. Everybody's gonna kill me, but Chrissy's about to kill me because you're supposed to be on your next call.
I know. I'm gonna wrap it up after this. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm out.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm looking at the time too because I'm about to get some kind of mean message coming out of my phone in a minute. It's gonna be screaming like, "You got 2 minutes." So when you look at some of these APYs, guys, 148%, 100%, 89%. These are much riskier coins, but the yield will be higher because there's more risk attached to it. But I'm showing you guys this because I want you to get used to seeing what DeFi offers you in this space. So we're going to take certain products that are gaming projects and utilize them in these manners as well with DeFi. So imagine having a gaming coin teamed up with a stable coin inside of a decentralized exchange. Come on. So now when everything else is dropping and we're providing liquidity, we're still earning a yield because gaming doesn't care about Bitcoin's price action. Are y'all following my mad scientist right now? Y'all going with me? Like, this is why it pays to be around the right people with the right information. So no matter what we're doing, as Future says, we never gonna lose. We never gonna lose. You have to get into these positions where you're allowing the market to continue to let you grow, thrive, and let your portfolio expand. So without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, family. I know we can go on for hours and hours and hours. I got one more call I gotta go. I got 2 more calls I gotta do, actually. But super honored, family, to be here with you guys. We're gonna do another one of these. We'll pick like a day where I can just like nerd out. I'm gonna get you guys on my Zoom. We can get like 1,000 people on there. We're gonna just have like a whole nerd out day where I can just go ham for like 3 hours and just go into the sauce with y'all. Something like that. So I'll plan something like that. I have Mike on as well, so we can really just go crazy with it. But I appreciate you guys so much for having me. Just, I'm honored to be here. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and skate out of here. I gave y'all 3 actually really good projects to pay attention to, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. We got to go live tomorrow, so me and Mike will be back together with you guys, giving y'all some sauce with that. But as usual, family, I'm super honored. I'm thankful. You guys have a blessed evening. I appreciate y'all. It's always good to see my family and friends. I'm just looking at all my cousins at the top. I feel like I see y'all like every week. So I'll be out there with you guys at the Go Chairman event. We got the next one in is it Arkansas?
Yes.
Or is it? Yep. Yeah. I'll be out there for that one in January for sure. Randy hit me up ASAP, like, nah, bro. Go ahead and just put me on the calendar. I know you got Alt-Fi tour. You don't have to put it in there. So y'all know when Randy called, I ain't arguing with him.
Hey, can we do something real quick? Y'all know how we do. Everybody unmute and say yes. Thank you.
Thank you,
You gotta say it. You gotta say the thing.
All right, family. I'm gonna say it before I go. All right. So as usual,
we love you.
Stay patient, stay disciplined, and the game will come out.
All right, guys, that's enough. I hope that you actually enjoyed that little snippet. I hope that you enjoyed that message. And if you have questions about anything that was discussed, definitely reach out. Happy to answer any questions. And definitely, if you're interested in learning anything about crypto, growing your money in the foreign exchange market, I cannot wait to help you succeed. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.